Hey, welcome to First Time Feast. I'm Bobby Perko. Fall is in the air, and when I think of fall, I think bacon. Not that cheap, crappy little thin cut bacon that you get at the store. I'm talking homemade, thick cut bacon. I'm going to show you how to do it from scratch. Let's get it.
If you've never made it before, you should, and this is going to give you the directions on how to do it at home. Go to your local store, go to your Costco. I mean, there's a Costco in everybody's town. Go pick yourself up a pork belly. They're pretty easy to find, and they're not super expensive. I mean, I think I picked this thing up for like 35, 40 bucks. What you're going to want to do, you're just going to pull it out of the package and you're going to dab it off, kind of dry it off a little bit. And then the best course of action is to divide it into thirds. You can cut them into half, but this is a pretty big one. I think this is close to a 13-pound pork belly. So I like to cut them into thirds so they fit in your normal Ziploc gallon bag. Unless you want to take it to that next step and you want it to vacuum seal them, that works really good too. So we're going to get this thing started and we're going to want to make a cure for it. So the cure for bacon is really, really simple. You can change it obviously, but the base of this is going to be a half a cup of brown sugar and a half a cup of salt. It's just that simple. Brown sugar and salt. If you want to add some black pepper, some garlic, some cayenne, some jalapeno, some maple syrup to it, that's on you. You know, the sky's the limit. You can really change this thing however you want to do it. The more flavors you can get in there, the better. But this is just going to be a very, very simple, traditional bacon. So what we're going to want to do, we're going to want to get that bacon. We're going to want to get that pork belly. We're going to want to get it put on the counter there and rub this thing like it owes you money. You want to cover every inch of this bacon in brown sugar and salt. Let that thing go. So this is a really, really simple process. This is one of the easiest things, honestly. So you just let it go. You're going to cover it. You're going to vacuum seal it. And you're going to want to get yourself like a lasagna pan or like a big like cookie pan. And you're going to want to put those vacuum seal bags or those Ziploc gallon bags in there, because what happens is a lot of times that salt that you put on this pork belly, it's going to draw all of that moisture out of the meat, and then over the course of time as it cures, it's going to kind of suck some of that flavor and that sodium and that brown sugar flavors into the meat. It's going to really penetrate and make it really, really flavorful. But sometimes those bags leak, so you don't really want to put that in your fridge and just let it go, because you're going to find out like a really nasty sticky mess. So put it in that pan and you're going to want to rotate that thing about every day to every other day. That's going to really help that those juices kind of coat the entire pork belly. So for these, some people like to go 10 days, some people go 7 days. On this particular cook, we only did it for 5 days. So I think we prepped it on a Wednesday and we ended up shooting on like a Saturday or Sunday or something like that. So really, really simple process, guys. I can't wait to show you the rest of it. All right, so here, guys, we're going to show you. I just got these Ziploc bags. This is really simple. So if you cut it into a third just like this, it's going to fit almost perfect. One thing I did here was I let the seasonings get into that zip, so it didn't really have a really tight seal. Avoid the edges if possible. That's just going to help you out for the long run. So after we got all those things all ziplocked up, we're going to toss them in that pan like I mentioned, and just don't forget to rotate it every couple of days. We got the old trusty pit boss. So for this guy, we're going to want to get this thing smoking low and slow. That's going to be the key to making a good bacon. What we're doing here, we got the bacon done curing. It's been curing for 7 days. We just got the bacon out of the fridge. It's been curing for 5 days. We're gonna wash it off. You want to get all that excess salt, that pepper, that extra seasoning off there. Otherwise, it's gonna be really, really salty when you smoke it. For me, you know, you've seen all my other videos. I love slap your mama. I'm gonna hit it with a little bit of slap to give it that extra bit of kick, and we're just gonna hit it with a little bit of extra black pepper just to give it a little bit more, a little bit more punch. So. Season this thing up one final time. This step is completely optional. It's already been curing for that entire time, so the flavor's already there. This is just going to add a little bit of extra on the edges there. So nothing super intentional, nothing super important. So now what we're going to do, we're going to toss this thing here in the smoker. Look at those beautiful slabs of bacon. They're not even ready yet, but my mouth is already watering. Ooh, look at that thing go. Let it go for honestly, you're going to want to smoke this thing for about 3 to 4 hours. You're looking for an internal temperature of 150 degrees. Once it reaches 150 degrees, then your bacon's done. Pull this thing out. I put it on a little wire rack, just easy transport. You're going to want to let this thing sit for anywhere for 3 to 4 hours, or even let it sit overnight before you cut it. It just makes cutting into that a lot easier. You can use a food slicer or a meat slicer if you have one. Otherwise, you can just use the good old tried and true method with your butcher knife. Just cut that thing up and cut it into pieces. The benefit of this, or the best part about doing this, you can pick and choose how thin or how thick you want your bacon. These are some big, thick boys. Look at those. Those are like centimeter thick slices of bacon. They're gonna be, you know when you're gonna bite into it, man. It's gonna be extra meaty, extra good. You're not gonna need like 6 slices of bacon. You're gonna need like 1, maybe 2 slices of bacon, and you're gonna be good. So just to test this thing out, what we're gonna do next, we're gonna whip up some sourdough Asiago BLTs. Man, I mean to tell you, these things came out so good. That crispy crunchiness of the bacon, that big meaty thick bite, and that Asiago bread was the perfect pairing for these BLTs. We got some fresh garden tomatoes. It's pretty much fall here, so my tomatoes are just about done. I had to grab this one out. I got a nice head of lettuce, give that thing a wash and a quick chop, get this thing all prepped up for the sandwich. Man, I mean to tell you, oh man, it was so good. You just have to be here. So now you don't even got to worry about it. Instead of going to the store and spending $7, $8, $9 on a package of bacon, you can go make your own for a reasonable price, and you can store it all winter long. So this bacon here was about halfway cooked. I just pulled it out just to kind of see how it was looking. Toss that back in for another couple of minutes, and you got some really thick, hearty, delicious bacon.
Plus, it just got done. Curing. Usually, it will kind of absorbs it all after a couple of days. Hell yeah. I gotta go in for another bite. Thanks for joining me on First Time Feast. As you can see, we made some really thick cut, easy bacon. This was a super simple process, and I'm glad you guys followed along with me today. As always, please like, subscribe, and comment on what you want to see on future episodes. Thanks. And get it close up. I don't want you to get any of me on there. Yeah. Too much stuff in the zipper. As you can see, we made some thick, meaty, big cut bacon. You got really flustered around that. Big and meaty bacon. Thanks for joining me on First Time Feast. Okay, hold on. I don't know what I'm going to say on the outro. That's probably the problem. Thanks for joining me on First Time Feast. Oh my Jesus, dude. Okay. Thanks for joining me on First Time Feast. Why can't I remember what I'm saying? Super easy process. Just kind of like a set it and forget it. Let's just lay you down. Oh, see, that would have just gone off and me anyway. Please like, subscribe, and comment, and I don't know what the I'm saying. Have a nice day. We'll go with the other one. It's fine.